Go.
All right,
Yay.
here we are live
Live from New York.
and direct, y'all. Good to be back
From
with
LA.
you, Victoria Renee in LA, Samir back in DC. Just coming
Hey.
off of what I've been calling our Grammy tour. I felt like we were on a little tour
It's the
there,
Grammy tour.
Victoria.
Yeah,
A
we
little
sure
post.
did.
Yeah, we sure did.
That was a wild time.
That was a
Like,
great. Yeah.
so for anyone who doesn't know, Samir just came to town to he's on the board for the Grammys and he went to the Grammys. And while he was here, because we have a single coming out February 13th called Wine and
That would be.
Heartland Records, Nashville. And so we were like, oh, well, since you're in town for the Grammys, since he lives in DC, I live in LA. Why did I
Los
almost say
Angeles.
New York? That's just not true. I've never lived there. He came to town and we just hit like event after event after event. It was wild. Grammy events all week. And it was so fun. And we just sang. Like he just got a guitar and just like did so many acoustic It was so fun. It
Yeah.
was so fun. I feel like you're like coming off of the thing right now, right? Where you're like,
Oh yeah, I'm definitely come splashing off of that wave, and
yeah,
you know what? It's rare that I've had the a collaborative experience like we have, where
yeah,
actually when we get to sing together, it's like the real joy. It's like it's not like we're always singing with each other and then doing things with it. It's like no, we're doing things, and then the chances that we actually get to like sing together and is the treat, and I really loved
it
it. It
is.
was so much fun to like lean into the harmonies with you and to work on some of these songs. Yeah, we definitely put in our time with this wine and whiskey that is coming out on the 13th of February. Very excited about
Yeah,
that one. And but
yeah.
yeah, I'm coming off of it. It was quite a week. Um and of course there's 1,000 questions that I'm curious to ask. Um
Yeah,
but I think a good one to start really kind of keeps the music at the center of it, and like given the experience of such a strong week honoring the music, what how has music helped you recently, Victoria?
how has
That's
music helped me
Yeah,
recently?
yeah. How has
Oh,
music done its magic for you?
well, it gives me just so many things. Well, it gives me a sense of purpose, because I've worked really hard at it. And there's been times where there's long lulls, in my career. And it's, it feels really good to have, something going on and to be a part of the conversation and being, invited thanks to you to like these Grammy
Mhm,
events.
mhm.
Um, and also it's just physically healing. Like it just feels good to sing. Like, do you ever see like, it's like I feel like I'm never in a bad or it's an instant mood changer. I mean, it's literal
Mhm.
vibration. It's actual frequency. It's
Yeah.
your
I mean,
vibration,
I remember
especially.
this week you were like, "Hey, you want to do this?" And I was like, "I just want to go back to singing. I just wanted to like get back into the singing vibe and just hold it as long as we could
Yeah,
singing." And we did. We got a lot of it. We got tons of footage, y'all. Like
yeah,
it's gonna be coming out. There's so much that we got on so many different locations, so many different places. But
yeah.
we did a lot of singing. Yeah, yeah. I can see how it's help soothing for the soul to get into
It
that
is.
singing. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
so soothing for the soul. It just makes you like I guess there's actually been a study done where people who are sick, like music can change the frequency. It well, it changes frequency, but it changes the color and the shape of sick cells and helps them return back to their healthiest state, which is wild. That's
Yeah.
why there's so many music programs for people who are sick. And I was a part of the lollipop program that with we would go to hospital. And I think is it Anne Hathaway's charity? I don't know, but it's a charity where you go to the hospitals where there's sick kids and
Yeah.
you write a song with them, like let them basically write the song, and then you give them like physical copies of the CD and we like sing it and we play it together, and it's so fun. It was so fun watching them just light up, being like, man, I think we wrote a song about dolphins.
That
Hey,
is
big mountain Hodge. Yeah, it was so cute.
Very sweet. And like, and I love that we're still, I mean, learning about each other. I did not know that you were a part of this or that you've done anything like that. That's
Yeah.
incredible. So walk us, how did you get involved in this charity?
My producer learned about it and was like, "This is something you should do." Obviously,
Hmm.
and because I have a thing with kids. I have a 6, 7. I have a I have got a soft spot for kids and especially in music, because
Right.
I don't know. Is it just like me healing my own inner child, but also like
Yeah.
helping them like not make the same mistakes I did or like learning. I've lived a lot of life. Got some like lessons. I can just little
Yeah, no,
wisdom here and there.
yeah, it's incredible. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they're all good reasons to work with the young generation. You know, they're all good, whatever they may be. But yeah, we do talk a lot about the inner outer. So
Mhm.
and yeah, all y'all
Right.
artists, creatives, humans who have lived through life. Definitely, if you're not already hip to like getting a picture of your young self and loving on yourself, do it. It's good. It's good for your soul. You won't regret it.
It is good for your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just helped me so much because I mean I don't know how many of you guys know my story, but I was like
That's right.
mute. I was actually mute, and it figuratively and literally saved me.
Hmm.
Like I found my voice quite literally. And it's
Hmm.
like, man, if it did that for me, I want to
Hmm.
show everybody, you know,
Right.
this is the best, and you can take it wherever you go.
Yeah, it's an
You know?
incredible journey. Your journey is incredible. It really is, from one side of the rainbow to the other, and through music and sound. So yeah, I can see how connecting to that entire part of your journey has got to be so impactful and meaningful to you.
Yeah, it has been. It's
Mhm.
just, I don't know. I just love doing it, I guess.
Hmm.
I love singing so much. I don't
Yeah.
stop. Yeah.
So what about what I one of the things that I take, I mean, the week with the Grammys,
Yeah.
where the whole city is lit up with singers and creatives and producers and everybody that's going at it. How uh I mean, I remember that it inspired me a lot to just be amongst such vigor. You know what I mean? People
Yeah.
really living for it. But like, how does something, spending a week like we did, going to so many events, and how does
All
that
the sense.
how does that what changes for you creatively after a week like that?
Oh, I don't think my feet have touched the ground, honestly. Like, it's been so cool to meet so many people who are just like doing the thing, Like, I
Mm,
wasn't nominated, but like,
mhm,
I don't care. It's really cool to meet people that I care about who are nominated and watch them and support them and artists
mhm,
supporting artists, It's feels good. Like, talking about like charity, this isn't charity, but it's like, it feels good to support other people that and you care about. Like, I have a horse in this race. I have a
mm.
new friend who's nominated, and that's how we met. You know,
Yeah,
we met
yeah,
that way. I was like, you know what? If I want to be supported as an artist, I have to support other artists. I
mm,
didn't know Ricky Kesh, but
mhm.
I was like, I'm gonna go and like see what this guy's about. Congratulations, that's a big deal. And I went and I met the coolest guy, Samir. You
Yeah,
guys,
yeah, right.
but he's on the other screen.
I was like, wait a
And
second, what are you talking to? Ricky is
yeah,
pretty cool.
he's
Um,
awesome.
Ricky is a cool guy too. Yeah, so sweet of you. Yeah, and like I've al- I don't know why it just made sense to me. Maybe it's just my disposition, but like they say like your friend's success is your success, It's
Yeah,
really an attitude, like, and I am so in it. Like, honest to God, like I I completely get excited when I see people win that I like.
so
You know what I mean? Like I
do I.
do. It's like I just love it. It's a treat for me uh to witness, the fruit of labors. I'm and there's a lot of abundances out there. I'm not afraid. I feel like there's enough. There's
There
enough left to go around. So I just love bathing in it.
That
Did you have,
part.
yeah.
Yeah. My like one person's candle being lit doesn't dim another,
Yeah,
you
man,
know?
100%. It's
Yeah.
so true.
In
And
fact,
I
when
hope it
fires
rings
come
true.
together, it's bigger and better.
Yeah, it's true. And we say it, and like a part of me is like cringe, a little cliche, but at the same time, like if
Yes.
anybody hears this and it lights them up towards it, it's the biggest difference you'll ever have in your life. I mean, that attitude shift, and I see it. I see people who come at
Completely.
me, with all that I got going on, and like they're either some people get, oh wait, you're in it too. That means you're a threat. I'm like, no, dude,
That
it's not.
part.
It's not that
100%.
way. And,
Mm.
and yeah, and then and it can just continue to spiral and glow when you like embrace other people's light. It just
It
lights up.
does in
Yeah.
either direction. So like I've seen this so many times, especially women, you know.
Oh yeah, sure.
Especially women, like people like we talked about this before. People want you to do well, but not better than them, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes, and those are just not the people that you want around anyway. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's where you are.
Yeah.
But there I feel like if you're in a good enough space vibrationally, then and somebody that is killing it, then
Hmm.
instead of becoming jealous, it inspires you because you're like, yeah, it's possible. You
Totally.
did it,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
can happen. And you understand that like what is for you, and nothing and nobody else can take that away from you. And so like it's the thing of like, dude, just be supportive of other people because it's gonna come back to you and it's tenfold. That's how that works, right?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a law for that. I forget what the law
Sure,
is.
sure, sure.
The law.
And when it's coming back to you tenfold, like, you know, what do you do, Victoria, to like keep yourself grounded when you like feel when the dreams start coming true?
It's funny. Usually when things like that happen, when my dreams I do like everything is starting to fall into place and it is coming true.
Hmm.
I sort of have this moment of like, it feels like it's happening to somebody else. It feels fake, but it's
Hmm.
not fake.
Hmm.
It's like you envision these moments and you start having these you start getting this clarity like, oh, imagining like it already happened, and then it does happen and you're not surprised because you've already done this in your head.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
true.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is the first time you guys are seeing me do this. I've already done this in my head, you
Right,
know?
right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So it's just kind of like, oh, and then I do try to be present and be in the moment with it because, as artists, we tend to want to, okay, I just said that next. Okay, I just said that next. Instead of just
Yeah,
being like, hold on, like you waited your whole life for that moment.
right.
Just sit there for a minute.
Yeah.
I could be better about that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so could I. That's my inner monologue. I was like, she's right on the money with that. And I'm still working with that. Sometimes
Yeah.
just taking that pause and being like, this is the moment you've been building towards, like savor it, like eat slowly, enjoy the meal. Let it, you know,
Presence.
let it take 3 hours to like,
Presence.
and then just
Totally.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love that. I love that you do that. Link is such a fast eater, it's insane.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He is
He
the
loves late.
hungriest one.
Well, I mean, food is, if you want to understand people of the world, find out how they deal with food, because like I really come from a part of me is Mediterranean, and the food culture there is real and delicious, by the way.
And delicious,
and
that's
it's
true.
and so healthy. But it's like a slow cook, man. It's like you don't do the fast food is very much an American thing. And I grew up amongst international people, and so I they would I was kind of the American, although riddle me that, but like in terms of they would come straight off the boat out of Europe, out of Asia, out of South America, from all over the world, and really could highlight the American way of life, which was fast food, big TVs,
Yeah.
big,
Bigger is
wow,
better, more, better, faster. Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, all the thing,
Wow.
exactly. So I was able to really see right up front like how the relationship with food is so different. And so yeah, I like that you appreciate the food metaphor. Like slowing down and enjoying the meal is a big it's like a lifeline, a cultural lifeline. People slow down, they eat, they hang out, they chat, that's where society comes together.
Yeah. It's funny. I really want to be better at that because I do eat slow, but that's because I don't know. There's not a reason why. I just do.
Yeah.
I do eat slow, but I want to be like I will eat. I wait until I'm like, oh no, I'm starving. It's too late.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then I'm like, okay, but we have meal preps, so it is fast food, but it's not fast food because it was made, before
You know,
it's
yeah,
fast to me because and I can emergency eat it. And that helps me because I will forget to eat until it's like I'm already like starving. Right.
right. It
Yeah.
reminds me for many years I lived in San Francisco, and a signature of the San Francisco culture were brunches. Cats would meet for brunch all the time. It was
I
like
get
we
that.
all did brunch, and brunch is kind of like that slow meal, right? It's like you're not in a rush for brunch. You already, it's like brunch is a slow and take it easy kind of
Yeah, if
situation.
you have brunch, you probably
Um,
don't have an office job. Yeah.
yeah.
That is for the leisurely. That's for the I have people for that kind of people. Not always, but But you're right.
Yeah.
It is like that. And yeah, I also like funny story that's not actually funny. I
What's up?
used to get like really bad. This is a weird segue. I used to get really bad nosebleeds in high school. Like I don't know why exactly. I just did. And I remember there was a rumor that I like was doing, I don't know if I can say it, COKE.
Hmm.
And but then like people kept trying to buy it from me and I'm like, I don't do that. I've never done that.
Right.
And but like but because of that, I can't like smell. I have no sense of smell. It's so annoying. And then I mean a little bit, but not much. And I got sinus surgery and everything and it like helped a bit. Hey Carl. Um but it's just Carl, Samir, Carl.
Hey, Carl, what's up?
Yeah,
How are we doing?
yeah. Yeah, it just like didn't I mean that got squashed quick, but like still it was just like, why is this happening? I can't smell stuff, guys, which means I can't really taste stuff probably as much as I think I am. Maybe I'm
Hmm.
eating for texture,
Hmm.
but I wonder if I can fix that. Is it reversible? Can you fix it? I don't know how long I've been like this.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not
Interesting.
sure.
I just like having all of my thoughts, like just say them out loud.
Hmm.
Yeah, sorry. That was a comment. That was a whole thing I could have had in my head.
It's all good.
Um,
But we can turn it back to the Grammy week and the
yeah,
events that were going on
yeah,
before, during, and after, and
yeah.
how that kind of influences and changes things. Like, how about like, did you meet anyone at the events that that you're better off for, that inspired you? Can you remember any conversations that came up that kind of inspired you for what you're doing and what you're looking to do next?
Well, it's funny. The one that is sticking out to me is like, well, first of all, you obviously, but that doesn't count because I already knew you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, you just are really just doing it. Like, it's respectable and it's awesome, and I'm really proud of you for
Oh,
doing all
thank you
the
so
stuff
much.
you're
Oh
doing.
my gosh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. But also, the one person that keeps popping up in my head is that guy, which is silly because he's not even in our industry. I mean, he's in entertainment, but not music. But that guy that just got a show sold to ABC,
Oh, that, yeah.
and
Right,
it's
right.
just like
Green.
everybody's freaking out. They're like, nothing's happening, no one's buying, no one's buying, no one's buying, no one's buying. He's like, bought,
Yeah.
bought it. It,
And he's like, and he helped remind us that it was 16 years of work before he had that break.
yeah, it's
16 years.
100%. That's Link and I always joke about that. It took me, 20 years to be an overnight sensation. It's like,
Yeah. And it used to be 10. What's crazy is that, like, I did the 10 and I was about to be that overnight back in the day. And we kind of briefly talked about this one back in
yeah,
the earlier round on the rodeo. Like, I put in the 10 years and it was like, I was there. I was like it was incredible. Um, so interesting to be a kind of life happening and spiral around and come back on the mountain and still and feel as good as we do right now with what we've got cooking and
yeah.
and everything that's going on.
Wait, who inspired you? I'm curious of what conversations like really stuck out with you.
Well, you know, it came in a lot of different shapes and sizes, you know, from different people, and I'm starting to, you know, realize how many ways I'm involved in the music industry, because I've had conversations with studio owners that turn me on about what studio owning a studio is like. Of course, the creatives who are, you know, writing songs and on working in amazing studios with amazing teams and nominated, and to songwriters that are behind the scenes, just, you know, writing the songs that are blowing up. So I got inspired by a lot of people, really, and um, project managers that I met. I got really inspired by my DC crew. When we went to one of the first events we went to, I had landing on the airplane. I bumped into these two friends of mine from DC who were going to the Grammys, of course, you know, part of
Nuh-uh.
the like, and then they invited me to this chapter party, this event that we went to, and
The one at Sky Bar?
the one at Sky Bar, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, it was so, I just felt like I clicked into the DC scene again, you know, like in a way that's like, you know, like,
Snapped into DC and LA. Let's go.
yeah, DC. Oh man, I'm telling you, one of the happiest pictures was like I had you on one side, and then I had like Deborah and Shelby, you know, like on the other side. My DC chapter represents in
Oh,
Victoria. It's like I live on both coasts, like y'all, like for real. I'm
yeah.
thinking on both sides. So to have you all in one photo was like really special moment for me. One of the more special ones, honestly.
Me
It
too. I was
really felt like this is good. I just happy to have the whole world in my hand at that point. You know, it was sweet.
yeah, me too.
Um,
Geronimo too. That guy was so cool.
yeah. Geronimo was a producer we met over there. Yeah, I saw him later at the Grammys too, actually. Uh,
Yeah, he does
yeah, so-
scoring for Paramount and just has an internship program for kids in music school and a mentorship program too. I just love the people that they do music and you know.
yeah, and I like that you're talking. I mean, on the mentor program, you
Hi,
know,
Jack.
as seeing, you know, Virginia did really well at the Grammys this year. A lot of the people that were nominated in the Virginia state where my studio is based out of, you know, walked away winners, um, and one of them is this dad who and his daughter. I mean, she showed up. She's, I think, like literally the youngest one to have won a Grammy or something. She's like 7 years old or something. Sweet as the day.
Whoa!
And
What?
yeah, like, and it was like him and
7
her. And
years
they
old?
did something about, you know, education. Like they bridged the gap of the generation to put out a record to help kids kind of integrate into society and stuff like that. And it was a beautiful thing to win. So I like the mentorship. I'm starting to see really like the bridge between generations and those that have the experience bringing people up, and that being a really incredible lifeline. And that's also kind of, yeah, on the heels that, you know, we did just launch that online academy, and we have courses. And so I was inspired to see the love for the, you know, taking care of each other part of the journey, you know.
Man, yeah. I think people are like waking up to that of like we need, especially in music, we need each other. We
Hmm.
need each other. I
Yeah,
can't do any of this alone.
right,
It
right,
does
right.
take a village. And
Oh
wait,
yeah.
you know what? That reminded me of that the dad and the daughter that performed at this place. I've been here for like 12 years. I've never heard of this temple. What was it called? The Dome or
All right,
something?
Mari Das performed with his 15-year-old. Yeah, multiple Grammy nominated artist, Grammy winner Mari Das. He does kirtan singing, and yeah, he's been,
So
you
cool.
know, yeah, you know, I
They
like
told me
the
all the
mosaic of
whole
life. Yeah,
Sorry, go
but
ahead.
no, I would just to explain how I roll with anybody who like is a good person, like, and this guy he's Australian, but he's doing deep Hindu chanting music, and it's beautiful. And they put on this incredible event with all of these nominees at this temple in
Yeah.
downtown LA, and it was such a joyful group of people. I mean, this music had people up and chanting and like I just praising spirit. It was like it was pretty fantastic. But the cherry that she's speaking of is that he brought his 15-year-old daughter to sit with him on stage, and she sang with him, and it was just like
It
very,
was,
very cute to, to see that.
and she crushed.
Yeah, she did really
Crushed.
well. She did very well.
She did. It was just, that was a whole genre of music that I didn't like understand. Like I didn't know what this was, but what, I mean, what do you call it? I mean, it's world music, but like, what is that genre? It was just so awesome. Like I,
New age. They were in a new age genre. New
Rage was
age. And,
big.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like Sanskrit, like it was just vibration. I get what everybody was so happy. It was
Yeah.
like the happiest group of people and the happiest music, and I'm sure that has something to do with the vibration of the Sanskrit that they were chanting and the,
Mhm.
what, I don't know, but I
Yeah,
love
what they're singing for and what it's about for them. I mean, real talk. When I studied, there was like a moment when I was like in life, I was like, should I be an ethnomusicologist, which is like the kind of cat that goes and lives in the tribes and understands how what they're lives with them for like years, and
yeah,
just fully integrates and understands how they experience the world through music. And I studied it briefly. I was like, this is fascinating. I would love to grab a backpack and just go and just like hang out with the guy who plays the bamboo and then learn everything I can from them. Like when I was in my younger 20s, I was like, yo, I could do that and be very satisfied in life if I did that.
how do you make money doing that?
It's like you become a professor. It's like you tie it with academia, and then you go study, and then you become a professor. Like
So
Indiana Jones kind of thing. Um,
cool.
yeah, and so I just remember being fascinated by the culture of how they would teach music, and a lot that like the music was a tool for them to enlighten spiritually. Like it was just a way to get into that space,
100%.
and then once you got there, you could almost let music go. Like it was a tool to
Oh,
get. And
that's
so we walk into this party and everybody's like, I felt like they were like twirling dervishes, or like they were just getting into this trance of like joy and chanting and
yeah.
beautiful community. It was lovely, actually. It was a very
It
nice
was
drink
so cool.
of spirit to take in on a wild week of
That's that's
grand
it.
celebration. Yeah, it was really nice, actually.
Jasper said music has the ability to cross all borders. And literally, that's so true because I have no idea what they were saying. I have
Yeah, yeah.
no idea, but
And
I was such a vibe. I was singing along. I don't know what I'm saying,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it didn't matter. It's such a universal language. That's what I'm talking about. It's
yeah.
vibrational, man. It's just vibrational. It just is. It just is.
Yeah,
It just is. It
absolutely
was,
right what Bruce is saying. And it
yeah.
was fun. I knew that, I appreciated you coming with me. I was almost certain that it wasn't somewhere you had been, the week before, like that it was going to be something new for you. And frankly, not that common for me either. I'm familiar with what they're doing, and I have played these vibes in the records growing up when I was, reading a lot about these. I did study a lot of spirituality, so like I was familiar, and I have seen these other performers in those genres.
Right.
uh, but still, it was like a nice refreshing drink that you don't get every day, and at a
Yeah.
beautiful level, wonderful community. And yeah, shout out to Maridas, shout out to Charu. Both of them performed, both of them nominated, both of them winners in my eyes. So yeah, that was a good one.
I've
That was-
also never been to what was like basic. I mean, I don't know what to describe, how else to describe this, but a concert that also had a meditation break by like apparently the of like meditating. Like she was,
oh yeah,
they were like,
that's right.
oh, she's was taught under the Holy One. Who I do we all
Yeah.
know who the Holy One is?
There are a few of them.
Yeah, who are they? Okay, I don't know, but maybe it was that dude that looked like a super Zen Jesus. Remember that guy there were like pictures of everywhere? I mean, Jesus is
Oh
not.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of
Oh, speaking
revered.
of, sorry, go ahead. It just reminded me. Do you remember when I accidentally airdropped like 30 videos to someone named Jesus as Jesus at that party? And
Right.
they thought they declined it. I have no idea what I had selected. My thumbs are crazy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if I mean, Victoria Crazy Thumb Hand, that should be my name. That was terrible. I mean, I didn't have bad pick. I
You
don't know.
know,
I don't know what was in there.
nothing. All love for the name Hand, but I like the ring of Victoria Renee. Maybe that should be a
Yeah.
side conversation. Yeah, I think as a like, you know, I keep every time I have this idea in my mind is I remember watching the movie with Justin Timberlake about Facebook, and his role in the movie what like they were gonna launch it as the Facebook, and Justin Timberlake character is like, no, just Facebook, and I was like,
The Facebook. What are you,
yeah,
my
and like
grandma?
it just kind of locked in uh the brand, and I've always felt I like Victoria Renee. I really do. I think it's got a beautiful ring. Um,
Thanks.
just saying that.
Good to know.
Um,
I mean,
yeah.
that's my artist name is Victoria Renee. Like everything I put music under is Victoria Renee. So
Okay. Cool. There you go. Yeah,
yeah.
it's a great ring.
Jasper said, my wife is Indian Hindu and I'm born Christian. And the Indian culture is so cool. I observe her religion and
Yeah.
she joined me in mine, which is awesome.
Oh,
I
great.
actually said to Samir, I was like,
Love that.
it feels like a Baptist church, but like with Catholic money. Like everybody's like vibing, like it's just like dancing is accepted, but like in a gorgeous temple. I feel like I don't want to get in trouble for that, but it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is true. And it's like, where am I right now? How have I never been to this place? I want to go back there. It was so awesome.
And I love what he's saying about like bringing it all together, because as you guys have heard me say, like, and I have to remind people because it's just so core of who I am, but like I'm very diverse culturally. Like, I grew up in a culturally diverse house and in a very culturally diverse, schooling since my first walk. So like, and throughout. So
you went to an international school.
Yeah, international school, friends from everywhere, and they're all mixed up. Like I'm mixed up, and in Washington D.C., where the cultures kind of coexist, but like in their authenticity, like when cats come through Nigeria, they're wearing Nigerian clothes, like it's Nigerian garb, like
interesting. So it's not
strong because they're cultural representatives, right? So they come and they like embody that culture, that and then they speak
at your school.
Yeah, and I was like with their kids, so like it was all a part of the international DC community. So it was very culturally front loaded. And so when I hear him say that his wife's from here, wife's from there, he's from here, and they're getting it together, that's my cup of juice. And I love that because that's where life becomes so flavorful and the taste becomes so like, exotic even, like going, it's a great cocktail of life.
Yeah,
so
we learn from each other.
Yeah,
me too. Hey, I have so many questions. I'm sorry. So did the kids at your school go like, were they also wearing like their native clothing, or did they it was like you would just wear what kids wore to school?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depended on the kid. More times than not, we were kind of like jeans and t-shirt, kind of wearing. But no, some cats would come with like a whole different
garb.
Yeah, like outfits and cloths and then it was definitely celebrated throughout the year. We'd have international nights and all the food would come out and the music would come with it and in more context. But I'd also go hang out with them, and when I'd go hang out with them, they would be in that community that was like very much
so
in
awesome.
it. Yeah,
I love that you got to do that. And so you were introduced to all of these different cultures and music and food and lifestyle and just early, like your whole life you went to an international school?
Yeah, all the way through high school until I graduated.
Wow.
Like I went to Canada. Yeah, it was. I mean, everyone's got their walk, but that was mine, and it just made it very interesting. Because I just locked in on the humanity of people. Period. Like that was it. Like and
what a great lesson.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it cuts both ways because then as the older I got, the more I realized that a lot of the world wasn't like that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait. So now I got to deal with like people that grew up with like if you look this way, we're here, and if not, you're over there. Like all of a sudden, all these like
divisions and
divisions and stuff, and I'm like, what? I'm like, man, like so it was there's a duality with it all, but it definitely had its great moments, and I think it helped lead us to this experience where we went to go watch this kirtan, you know,
yeah.
and like my life was open to this flow, and I was like, yeah, let's go. Like, you're a great guy. We're happy when we're connecting, and I'd love to go support you, and it was a beautiful night. And look, here we are, half an hour talking about how wonderful that experience was, and that was one of like 10 events that I feel like we went to. But
Yeah, it gives you like it gives you this this understanding that we are, and you're like kind of forced into this position, because if you're in school, people are trying to find like connection, and so you have to learn early, probably there, that we are more similar than we are different,
yeah,
right?
for
And
sure.
then that would make you more like open and accepting to other people's cultural norms and food, everything,
hmm
which is why I guess you're such a man of the people.
Mm.
Jasper said he loves your opinion on this. South African music, is that like Dave Matthews? Like what else? Who else is what's South African music? Give me
Oh
example.
man, who's asking South African?
Jasper, yeah.
Jasper.
Jasper,
We're hanging out with Wouter Kellerman, which is, I guess, a South African icon. This guy is
you know who that is?
crushing. Does he know who Wouter Kellerman is?
We just waiting for his response. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but he's from South Africa, and you met him, Victoria. I don't
I
think.
did.
Yeah, not this time. You were in the studio when I was at his event, which was incredible. He did a post Grammy brunch event at the Village Studios in LA. My gosh, I mean, probably the most epic recording studio I've been in to date. I mean,
I'm so jealous.
incredible the amount of records, and the records that were on the wall. Like, not, like,
He does know I'm
it was wild, and it was huge, and there were so many people. And anyway, it was run by Woody Kellerman. He invited us all. He's a multi-Grammy winning flute player.
flute player.
Yeah, he does global music. He worked with Ricky Kaj. He won something last year as well. He also collaborates with the and does pop, and he's just as a flute player, but he also played with the Lady Smith Black Mambazo, like, which is like a iconic choir, African
Ooh,
choir. I don't
cool.
know exactly where they're from, and a lot of, so yeah, he's a great guy, and so he makes South Africa proud for sure.
That's cool. Yeah, Jasper said Paige is such a star. Paige. Who's Paige?
Okay, maybe Paige is a South African star in South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
he's an awesome flute player. Yeah, he knows who he is. That's so cool.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there were so many, and honestly, it was just like it was so cool to see all of these people that were just like nominated over and over and over again, and just like getting all of these, it just kind of shows you like sometimes everything seems really far away, like at certain points in my life, I've been like, well, that doesn't seem like it could ever happen for me. Like, you're just like, even doing like album with live music. I was like,
Mhm,
I can only do so. I just didn't even imagine that for myself, I guess. And
mhm,
then it just like happens. And then you're like, oh, Grammy, it's not,
mhm.
are up close and personal. Like we were watching these people
Yeah.
just, do the seemingly impossible, but it's not impossible. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, they say it really depends where you start from, and I'm so excited to take you next time. Really, you have to come with me
Me
to
too.
the Grammys themselves, and because you're so right, and there have been several times in my life where when I walk in the gate, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, and there's like a little bit of a shell shock to it,
Yeah.
like. Um, Starstruck where in these rooms, but then all of a sudden the more you hang out there, the more you get to know more people, the more things kind of start to move, and you feel more comfortable. You kind of find your groove in that environment, and like this time around, I've never been more excited to go circle back with my recording academy folk, because I've been in this community for a long time now.
When are you
And
having an event? Are you having one soon? Like after this? Is there like a post Grammy event? Or like how do you guys what is that?
Yeah, back into our chapter corners. I'm sure DC will have an event. They'll have one in the spring for sure. Definitely one in the summer. I'm more involved. Like, you know, a little correction. I'm not on the board of the Grammys, but I am in the Recording Academy. I'm a voting member, and they did invite me to be a part of my first Grammy committee of the on
Cool.
with songwriters. Yeah, which will be nice. So I'll be curious to know what that experience is like, and I'll let you know how that goes for sure.
Jasper's gonna hang out with us on Fridays at 11:30 Pacific Standard Time from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sweet.
been fun. This has been a fun conversation. We have
Yeah.
so much to talk about. It's already it's happening so fast. Like I haven't talked to Samir since. I mean, well, I've talked to you since, but like since this whole our Grammy tour.
It's our Grammy tour. Yeah, for sure.
Like, what was your biggest takeaway from that week? Last week.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what happened?
You know, what's my biggest takeaway? That you know, I'm falling more in love with this community. You know, like I really am. Like from locking in with my DC crew to like circling back with all these other movers and shakers that I've been seeing hustle hard year after year after year and deliver and like incredible levels. Then, you know, have them part of, you know, as a part of my network and friends. And I think my biggest takeaway is just how richer,
Yeah.
how rich the community is. You know, like I really know, I love that I know these people that inspire me, that are doing inspiring work, you know, that show up every day and know what it takes, you know, and to do it with a smile on their face. I love it. So my biggest takeaway is that the community is amazing, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, me too. That was just such a wild experience. Just like, and they all seem so happy, you know? I mean, obviously it's Grammy week. It's easier to be happy.
There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of synergy. There's a lot of buzz. It's very electric, you know. It
is. Yeah, I was talking to this one guy at Ricky Kedge's event, which was at, where was that again?
Intercontinental, but it was like hardly a hotel. It was like a dive bar, but not a dive bar, in the basement and dark. And I don't know.
It's like it was like a dark basement at a very nice hotel. Yeah. And it was like, I was talking to this guy. He was leaving that night to go to the Recording Academy because he was nominated for a WE award.
Oh, do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, there was a World Entertainment Awards as well. Like the night before the Grammys, there was another music award show, and it was called the World Entertainment. Yeah.
But you know, it's funny because he was like, he was talking about, I didn't know if I was going to come. And I'm like, what do you mean you're nominated? What are you talking about? You're not going to come. And he was just like, well, I don't know. He was just like, if I don't win, then, and I'm like, oh, come on. You know, it's funny because like, you know, they're still like stake. Like they're nominated. They've done really great work. He's a tap dancer too. And I was just like, they're still, you know, nervous about it and like get, you know, and it's just, I don't know. I'm trying to imagine what it would be like to be nominated for a Grammy and then going to all of these events and then, you know, being nominated for a WE award and being like, oh, you know, you have so much weight on this. I've had so much weight on this. We've talked about this before. Sometimes I have had the tendency of making music my identity, and that's just too much pressure to have. It's too much to carry. And so it's just like, being okay with whatever happens is like not being attached to any outcomes. That's the ticket, buddy. That's the key to life.
I mean, that's the moment where the attitude meets the rubber meets the road. Like your attitude in a moment like that is going to determine, like, it just speaks volumes about how your life is going to go, you know, like, because you're in a room, you know, full of potentials, and then 20% of them are winners, you know, because like 5 nominees per category. There's a lot of people that like, you know, that don't walk out. I mean, it's the name of the game.
Just being nominated.
How you handle that is really it. But yeah, the emotions are real. Like, you know, people get You know, there's a lot of emotions. I'm an empath, and I feel for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and but so
100%.
far, so far it's been good for us. You know, it's been good.
You might have just been on some cool guy shit though too. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't even know if I'm gonna go. What? You're going? Okay. You have that much going on that you
Nah, nerves are real.
nerves are real.
Nerves are
Yeah,
real. I
they
mean,
are.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's gotta be a spiritual practice. When just being nominated is such an honor in and of itself,
yeah,
you know.
for sure.
But obviously, like you want it. You want statue. You know, it's not because you want the statue. That's not why I want a Grammy. I don't want a Grammy just to be like, I have a Grammy. I don't care about that. It's the symbolically what it represents. It represents the fact that I had a passion. I felt a calling. I followed it. I answered the call and I made something that made me really happy. And other people received it in a way that made me feel like I fulfilled a purpose. That's why I
It
want
made
a
them
Grammy.
happy. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that you're locking into what it's about, because you know one of the questions after a week like this is like, how does it inform, you know, what this has been for you all the while? You know, like what is
Oh
it? What
God,
does it
what
tell
a journey.
you?
We've all been on a journey. I mean, all of us, everybody in music has
Yeah,
got a crazy story. You know, yeah, all Jasper said all your hard work, sacrifices, and talent comes together in a Grammy award. It's like
yeah,
it's a statue, but it's so much more. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like all of the things I've had to sacrifice. I moved to LA I'm not from here. From
hmm
Indiana. I left my family. I didn't have to leave my family, but I felt a calling and I had to do it. You know,
it's interesting, you know,
I
because
don't
like,
know what else to do.
hmm
You know, it's like
yeah.
do music. I don't know. Go ahead. Well, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Well, no, I was just gonna say, like, for me, really, it would mean like everything that comes after that. You know, like having
Yeah.
winning a Grammy means, alas, there we go, doors open, and now I can just do the work. You know, like that's for me what it's just.
But
It,
is that true? Because you're already doing the work.
but at a like on a grander scale.
Yeah, you're right.
I know
Because then
there's a
you have
micro
that you
macro.
anticipate, you know.
How you do anything is how you do everything, and it is important to keep it, you know, to find the joy in all the small things, but you know, to be able to we understand the power of music, right? I mean, look at your
Yeah.
story. Like, it took you from not having a voice to having one of the most beautiful voices, you know. So like,
Oh,
and being able to move a lot of things, it's true, you know, it really is. And so if that's what we're working with, you
mm-hmm.
know, then you know, let's cook it up, and
Let's
for the world,
go.
for the world,
Yeah.
you know.
Also, we have so much to say, you know. I got a lot to say, obviously. I
Yeah,
don't ever
yeah,
shut up, you know.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and just being
So
able
to
to
talk
share
about,
that
I
with
think,
people.
you know, because like,
What'd you say?
yeah, so much to talk about. You know, we have a lot to say, but it's also, you know, it's also about the listening part of it, right? It
It's
goes like, we got to say it so that we can talk about things.
it's such a mood influencer. Like if you listen to if you're going through a breakup and you listen to a bunch of breakup songs, you're just gonna cry your face off, you know. And then immediately when the music changes and you change, like you ever been somewhere and then like this song. I remember I was watching this video the other day of it was like a restaurant. It was a brunch, you know, just to stay on topic. It was a brunch.
There you go.
And it was that this 90s song came on, and when I tell you everyone in there was like, you know, it was just like
Mhm.
everybody started singing. The whole restaurant started singing. It was
Yeah,
just such a vibe. Music changes the vibe like
yeah,
instantly, you know?
yeah. And you know, so many questions, because then after a week like this, do you feel like there's anything you've learned about where music is going?
Ooh, you know, I don't really think about that very much just because I kind of stay in my own head about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't really pay attention too much about what other people are doing because I feel like subconsciously it can make you chase where lightning just struck, and you got to be your own lightning, you
When
know?
you're an artist, yeah, right. I guess,
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
question would be received different if you were in a different element aspect of it, like if you're in a music supervisor and working on scoring films, like then you need to know kind of where trends are going and
that's true.
understand like what's popping. But yeah, I guess as a creative, it's best when we just kind of stay in our own connection with with source, right?
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
develop that.
like, what is like? I don't. I'm curious to hear what you have to say about this, but like, my play, my playlists are wild. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever watched my singing videos in the car, but like, I really do be like I will forget a camera's rolling. I will just start talking to myself, which you know maybe I could not do that, but and then just like, wait, what was my point? Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I was like, no, my playlist is like, I'll go from like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston to like Bon Jovi to like Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne and Jay-Z. And like, I listen to all of the music, all
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just because you could there's like little pieces of everything, and I do have like probably my most not probably 100% my most successful song right now is A Better Tomorrow, which is a
Hmm.
very it's a
It's
it's
beautiful.
a kind of emotional, I guess. I don't know if it's not sad emotional, it's just it's deep,
Yeah, we'll play
but
it
like
after this. Stick
I have
around.
yeah, oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I also have I'm silly as hell. Like I'm deep and silly.
Yeah.
Like I have a song that's gonna come out in a probably it might be a single at some point. I don't know yet, but it's very silly. It's very authentic too. And
Right.
it's just like, sometimes I feel like music takes itself too seriously. And when I say
Yeah.
music, I mean music and musicians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and I've been guilty of that for sure.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, like, you gotta show the lighter side. Like, when I'm listening to music, as a rule of thumb, I don't wanna be sad. I don't
Yeah.
wanna be sad. I wanna be happy and listen to uplifting stuff or just funny stuff or just, like, just a vibe, Just, like, it doesn't everything isn't that serious all the time. It's just,
I guess
like,
I
chill.
don't know. I'm such the hopeless romantic guy because like I grew up on the guitar. I grew up loving like you know the you know the Spanish esque kind of like you know and I don't know. It just really got. I definitely hang out in the melancholy lane a lot, where it's like, and music is wonderful like that because that's when you can express your emotions that are sometimes not just happy and sad. They're like the I don't know how I feel. I'm just feeling, and then music can
Mm.
actually get it out without having to
Oh, dude.
vocalize it. So that becomes like, you know music for me came out very much therapeutic, by the way. It helped me get through whatever it was that I was going through.
Like
And
what?
so,
What artist?
I mean,
Like,
no,
do you have anything in
as a creative, as like the kind of music that I would play, the kind of music that I would lean into, the kind of music melodies that I would write, they came out very in this I'm trying to figure it out vibe. I'm not turning on a button to dance or to do anything else other than just like live through life through vibration and work my way through it in this.
you
I'm just figuring it out.
you just blew my mind, Samir. You
Okay.
really did. I mean, that you just keep introducing me. Like, I am a music obsessive person, but I have learned so much about music and myself that I didn't know before I met you. Like the Indian vibe, that genre of music, that was so awesome. It was the happiest
Hmm.
ever. And but then also, like, what you just said is like, not every song needs to be like, tell me how I feel. Because I do like songs that were like, wow, this feels thank you for making a song saying what I didn't know how to say.
Yes.
You know, like
Yes.
these
Yeah.
are the words that
Incredible.
I'm feeling, but
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
think to put it down. But I feel seen by you as
Yeah.
a music listener,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Is like, I hope that I can do that for other people too. But
Yeah.
then, oh wait, oh my gosh,
No, but that's beautiful what you're saying right there, because I feel like being a voice that actually helps people identify what they're going through in a way that they weren't able means that you're helping them, like you're helping
yeah,
them get through the moment. And that, I mean, music is all about that.
100%. It really is. It kind of sometimes emotions, not sometimes, emotions are hard.
Hmm.
Emotions are hard. Just full stop. Emotions are hard. And so when you are listening to a song that's like vibing kind of like what you're feeling, it almost helps you to process your emotions,
For sure.
you know?
Oh my God,
And
yeah.
yeah, right, like hugely. And like but what you were saying about the music that you were listening to is kind of like zen, kind of chill, and it's not like you're not listening to it like I'm trying to like get, like dance around or like I'm also not like sad. I'm just like this is a vibration and you catch but you're also such a zen dude, right? Like I mean, you say you're not, but also maybe that's because I'm so wiry. I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
the
I don't say I'm not. I say that that's a lot of people after meeting me and hanging out with me say, "Oh, dude, you're like always so chill." Like there's like an always part of it that
Mhm.
I'm like, well, it's not always so chill. Like
I
there's,
just came up.
I still live through, I have lived through,
Wait,
life.
so why is it exactly that my question I meant to ask you earlier is why do you listen to music? Do you like that music because it gives you enough room to be able to process whatever you may or may not be feeling, or is it the instrumentation? Is it the guitars that you love on those songs? You know?
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean it's definitely the melodies, the essence and the space that it holds. It's kind of like a color.
Ooh,
If you're looking at a painting, sometimes it's like, oh man, that hue, that color is incredible. And so
yeah,
and that's it. And it can just be like, I like this vibe. And I like the ones that make me feel like I'm staring into the endless sea. I like the ones that make me feel like I'm looking into like a starry night. I like the ones that
yeah,
make me feel like, you know, I I can just daydream through them. I like
yeah,
that vibe, but I mean, I like it all too. I definitely grew up with rock and roll. I listened to it. I got, I was over the moon when Slash was on the stage. I was like, hell yeah, he's my boy. Like, like I love the rock. I love it all. And it all turns me on. The other day I was like, I can't get out of bed because I found this jazz playlist and it's laid me out. I can't move. So like it's all a vibe and time and day. Um, but I definitely, and you'll definitely see with some of these projects that I'm working on that are going to definitely come out at some point, the melancholy side, like the part there was just kind of like a little bit of that yearning, like that
yeah.
comes across. And I don't know, it's
Learning. I
what.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a question for you. This is a good one. Yeah, best music is goon music. Oh, I can't believe you just said that. Okay, I just asked you a question there so I wouldn't forget. Okay,
Go.
I okay. So John, right now, when I'm in my band, he's in Memphis, and they're working on one of my songs, "Fallen." And I've already sung it. I already went to the studio. We already did the whole thing. But they were like, hey, we're toying with the idea of getting a goon on this. And I was like, I was like, what a great idea. And I like was Googling it, like, what's a goon?
Yeah.
What's a
I don't know.
goon?
I don't know.
You
Victoria, tell
go
us,
on. Yeah.
what's a
Well,
goon?
I didn't listen to it, but I looked it up and it looked like a keyboard, like it said something about like an analog, like synthetic. I don't know. Do you know?
Goon? It's not a
Goon,
moog.
huh?
A goon? I've never heard of a goon.
Wait, and do I mean Moog?
I mean, that's the only thing that
What
I
is a
would know what a
Moog?
moog is, and that's very analog and very cool and very coveted. And I can, but I don't know what a goon is. I mean,
That's
if
probably what I
you're
mean.
speaking moog, yeah, I understand moog, and I can see, and no questions there. But we'll have to figure that out. Did
Wait, yeah,
somebody
wait.
else? Did somebody else just say goon on the chat?
Yeah, Harry Payne for UCL said best music is goon music. What's goon music?
Yeah,
Put me on. I don't know. I'm
put
learning
it in the
so much
comments.
about music.
Let us.
But
Yeah, I
wait,
love it. I love it.
Moog. I think I meant Moog because that's what I meant. I'm wrong.
No, but he said. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. That's. Yeah. Moog is a very old Moog. Daft Punk. When you listen to Daft Punk, uh,
Oh,
they use a lot of Moogs. It's like a very. I mean, I can geek out on it, but I'll spare the geek on it. But yeah, it's a great instrument when you play it well. I love it as well.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Wait,
Um,
I'm
oh,
I
that's
I need
great.
to look this up. But oh wait, well, I wanted to ask you this since you were at the Grammys. What is one of those not shown on TV moments that you like that you can share?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a few of when they're changing sets, when they're putting the set together while someone's talking, you see it. For this time, for example, I had really nice seats right next to one of the outlier performances where I think Alex Warren played his hit, and
Oh, it's one of my it's one of my favorite
yeah,
songs.
really nice. So yeah, that was like 10 feet to my right. There was like another stage, and he came, and that was the only song that was performed on it. But he showed up, and then he came and he played, and it was like what you don't see is how the artists kind of engage with the space in between songs, right? And that's
Interesting.
that's that's always a nice. I
Say
mean,
more.
just the interactivity,
Like, do
of
you talking to the audience at all, or is
yeah, just like hanging out, like throwing hands around and connecting, in between. It's always nice. And then whenever there's a commercial break, everybody gets up and starts moving around, and they're telling everybody to get back in seats before the commercial comes back on. So
yeah,
there's a lot of exchanges that go on, and that's always nice to see while you're at the Grammys. That's what I think it
yeah,
happens there that you don't really see is the behind the scenes movement.
yeah.
Um,
That's the best. I love behind the scenes everything.
yeah, it was yeah. But I have to say one thanks and acknowledge one more story before we end up saying goodbye and back next week.
Yeah.
Was how, and this was like the question, I guess I could ask you first and then I'll answer it myself. Like, what this last week, what was one of the most magical, unexpected moments that occurred for you?
This last week,
Yeah, during our Grammy tour. Well, anything that was magically unexpected.
yeah, I is this like I feel like I shouldn't even be saying that. But I loved singing with you was like one of my favorite parts, honestly. Just like singing with you, singing in the way that you're able to just pull out the guitar and be like, let me learn this real quick. Blah, blah, blah. Like I love performing. But as far as actual events and the thing that really stuck out to me was the new music that I was introduced to and the humility of the people that were nominated and how appreciative and grateful everyone felt. I mean, it was just everyone was on such a high. It was just a vibe, and it was just really cool to see people like, you know, kicking ass in their field.
Mm. Oh,
You
I
know,
love that.
also
That's so sweet.
Todd. You know,
Yeah, so that's exactly. So for me, it would have to definitely be. So we show up. I show up at your place right at
yeah,
like day one, moment one, and we're gonna go. Like I haven't eaten, and I felt like a day, so we're gonna go get some food. And before I know it, we're reminded that you had yet to hear our song that's being released on the 13th of February, Wine and Whiskey, y'all.
listen,
Um, that you had not heard it yet in Atmos, the immersive world, which is
Right.
a whole other conversation. Y'all don't need to know about it, but I mean, you need to know that
We need to know.
Atmos is where it's above you, behind you, and all around you. So it's mixed, different, but
Yeah.
not every studio is capable of giving you that experience. And Apple's working on it in their headphones and it's in theaters and it's moving into cars. And I'd heard it because my studio, Sweet Spot Studio in Annandale, Virginia, we're Atmos, Dolby Atmos Studio. So I've heard it. We produced it. We get it. But you hadn't heard it yet. So you're like, okay, well, let me see. First of all, Victoria knows everybody. It's incredible. Like any if I talk about any part of anything about anything in the industry, she's like, oh yeah, hold on a second. I know somebody. And it's incredible. So then she's like, okay, well, should I call this guy, Todd Burke? He's got a studio, Atmos studio. Should we go try to listen to it? I was like, yeah, let's do it. So next thing you know, before we even get to the end of the block, she's like, yep. He says, sure, come through tomorrow. So we go. Meanwhile, I'm like, right, remind me again, what's this name? Todd Burke.
Burke?
Okay, right, what? Huh? What? This guy.
Oh, you weren't actually asking me, you're reenacting.
I was reenacting. This guy had, I've got, if you look here, I have a wall. I have 500 records here, vinyl records, okay? And they're like top 10 records, top 10 artists, I should say, in my life. This guy has worked on, he makes some of the most influential records that I grew up listening to. I grew up listening to Ben Harper forever. Okay, Ben Harper's been around for a long time. And this guy's mixed it, the Jack Johnson Brushfire Fairy Tales. This guy worked with some of the most epic records in my personal journey. And he's the one guy that you introduced me to. Like all.
What are the odds?
Yeah, the odds
are astronomical.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like a needle in the haystack to have connected me with this guy in particular, who was Atmos, connecting on all the levels, not only on the personal musical fan, but also as a studio owner, Atmos, immersive. So it was an incredible experience. And and I'm really grateful to you for being, having turned that on for us. It was great.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for being able to listen to it that way, because and also just the people that are in like the circle, like I love surrounding myself with people who are just kick ass, at what they do. It's just really cool watching it. Listening to our song Wine and Whiskey on Atmos just absolutely hit different. Okay, bye, Jasper.
Well, Jasper, I'm gonna play a clip of it. You can roll it of Victoria listening to it to thank you for hanging out and being a part of this conversation. This is Victoria listening to it. You got to roll, I get it, but here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna do this.
Soft and sweet like a melody. You're a midnight poet. You burn too fast, little too strong, a little too rash. I take it slow and let love unfold. I go too deep, I lose control. Two different modes, but somehow we meet. A fire from a storm and a peace. I'm wine and your whiskey. We're trying to mix, but it ain't easy. I guess love don't work when you're wine and your whiskey.
That was fun.
Jasper, thanks for hanging out. We'll check out Page, South Africa. I heard that.
Yeah, let's go.
I was always as like a result of the way that I grew up and that we spent time talking this morning. Like I was always in the world section, looking for records.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I loved it. Like the further away you could get me, the more interested I was to understand what they were doing.
That's
back
so
to like
interesting.
my moment of ethnomusicology as like a real prospect of something that I would really be satisfied to do. It's like just go see how people relate to music and what it all means to them in a way that's not pop. you know, it was just fascinating. I'm a curious kind of guy. So
You are. I love that about you.
Yeah,
Curious people are usually the most intelligent people.
Oh, I don't know about that, but yeah, definitely curious.
It's
But yeah,
true.
what a great week, so much fun, and yeah, highlight was I mean, good news is that I'll be back in LA in just a short couple of weeks, and next month, mid-March, I'll be back out there. So let's please jump on a guitar and get to singing again, because that was a lot of fun, great joy, and I can't wait for us to have a tour and go really play cities and go get it.
Me too. Let's go back on tour.
Yeah, let's
Our
do it.
post Grammy tour.
Right.
Also,
So y'all, yeah, go ahead.
Please let us know what other songs that you want us to cover, because maybe we can do it live while Samir is in town again.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, we'd love that. And guys, again, 13th of February, Wine and Whiskey. Victoria and I have our single coming out with Heartland Records. It's got Peter Keys from Leonard Skinner, and mastered and mixed and all that good stuff. It's great. We love it. It was a real passion project, and feeling really good about it. So
me too. I can't wait, especially after hearing it on Atmos.
Yeah, and I think it's next Friday. Next Friday is the day. So we'll be live. Let's celebrate it on our live, okay? Next Friday.
I'm gonna put the pre-save link in my bio today, probably.
Okay, share it with me. I haven't received it, so I don't know where it is. So if you can, share it with me as well. Guys, a pleasure. Victoria, lovely seeing you again.
So good seeing you too. I feel like we need like 4 more hours of this.
I know.
Next week we have so much to catch up on.
Yeah, maybe a call in between, because at this point we got a lot to keep.
We have a lot to just 100%. All right.
But great to see you again.
Good to see you.
Awesome week, and love to LA. And I'll see you guys next week, if not soon.
Yeah, next week, Friday at 11:30 Pacific Standard Time, and what time?
And 2:30 over here.
2:30 over there. All right, bye. Bye. Oh gosh, what a funny day. Boop, beep, 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 boop. I have to end all of these separately. Meet Moose.